So this camp out was going to be, I was going to be a solo camp, but he decided to come out with me. But I see on Facebook forums and stuff and different camping forums that people talk about solo camping, and they're kind of scared to get out there and camp by themselves. And I think the best way to do it is just kind of work your way up to it. If you get out there, even during the day, just kind of get used to being in the woods alone. Go out on a local trail, hike out there by yourself, and while you're out there, just go out there and sit and just kind of listen to the sounds and everything, and kind of start associating those sounds with, okay, that's a squirrel running around through the trees or on the ground and stuff, and okay, that sounds a rabbit, you know. Kind of start, just because when you're hiking, you're moving through the woods and you got other people with you, you know, a lot of the animals are just hiding out until you walk by. But if you sit down and just sit there for a while, all the wildlife will start coming out, and kind of get used to more of those sounds that you will hear at night when you're camping. And then start doing some night hikes, you know, going out with some people and just going out hiking at night, so you're kind of used to being out there in the woods at night. And do the same thing there too, just get out there and sit for a while and shut out your lights and stuff and just sit there and get used to being out in the woods like that. And then start doing that by yourself, even if you just go to some park or something and walk out in the woods 50 feet and just sit out there. And then another thing, so you slowly just start working your way to being comfortable being out in the woods by yourself at night. And then during that time, also work on stuff like fire building, you know, get used to be confident in building a fire, because you don't want to go out on a solo camp and get out there and you can't build a fire, so you got no heat or no. It kind of gives you a sense of security too when you got the fire going, you know. You got, kind of gives you a sense of protection and all that kind of stuff. So while you're building yourself up to being used to getting out and in the woods by yourself, also work on your skills, you know. Make sure you're confident with your fire building and your basic first aid stuff and everything, in case you have a problem while you're out there by yourself. And one thing I see a lot is this bubble of security that the light from the fire makes. I've seen people, like our hammocks are sitting over there, and I've seen people go out and you'll be camping with several people, and they if the fire is big and that light, that bubble of security is big, and it's going it's covering their lights is shining on their tents and stuff, they'll walk it back and forth to their tent with no problem. But as the fire starts dying down and that bubble of light that's holding all the scary things away doesn't quite reach their tent, I've seen people say, oh yeah, something's in my tent, I'm gonna go get it, and then I'll get up and look, and that light doesn't shine all the way there, and they're like, oh no, never mind, I'll just wait, you know, because they don't have that big bubble of security. So what I suggest is right before you go to bed, just increase that bubble of security. Go out, get your light, and go out for a walk all the way around your campsite, as far out as you can, while you can still see your fire or some kind of light from your camp, so you don't get lost while you're out there, as far as the terrain allows. And just make a complete circle all the way around the camp. And now you've kind of increased that sense of security, that little bubble of security. So when you go to bed, you know, okay, there's nothing out there, I can just go to bed and not worry about anything. And that's another thing too that's really nice with winter camping is and something I didn't do last night. So if you're sitting here by the fire at night and the fire's starting to die down, you've been sitting by the fire for an hour or two, your body's not really producing any heat. So then you go walk into your tent or hammock or whatever, and your body's cold. Now you put a cold body in that sleeping bag, it takes a long time for it to warm up. So when you get out and you're walking around that big circle around your camp, you're building up some heat and everything, and maybe collect some firewood while you're out there for in the morning, and just build up some heat in your body before you go to bed, and you'll sleep a lot warmer in the wintertime too. So you're putting that warm body in the sleeping bag. But that's for people that want to solo camp and kind of afraid to. That's my suggestion, is just work your way up to it, and little hikes, you know, getting used to being alone in the woods during the day, and then work yourself up to being comfortable out at night. Get confident with your skills, fire building, some first aid stuff, and then, you know, like I said, go right before you go to bed, because you get that feeling that the firelight is just keeping all the monsters at bay, you know. But make a big circle around your camp at night before you go to bed, and then you'll go to bed knowing that there's nothing out there. Because if you're like that person that's sitting at the campfire and that light's not shining their tent, and you're getting ready to go to bed, and you end up, as you're walking to your tent, you end up walking a little faster and a little faster, because the little scary monsters are going to get you, and you dive in your sleeping bag and cover up, and so now you go to bed with that mindset that you just barely escaped all the monsters, you know. So get out there, walk a big circle all the way around your camp, know that nothing's there, go to sleep with that mindset that, you know, everything's safe, and you've built up some heat, you crawl in your bag, you're warm, you'll get a good night's sleep. So that's my advice. So I was looking at the video, I was starting to edit this, and I realized I forgot to talk about something. One of the things I forgot to talk about was that, where'd he go? Right there. Dogs. A lot of people say that they would solo camp if they had dogs. What are you doing, buddy? Come here. Brooks, come here. Come here. Hey, wait. There he goes. Come here. Look at you. What are you doing, you big old feller? Look at that. So anyway, a lot of people say that they would camp solo if they had a dog. They would camp solo if they had a dog. It would make them feel more secure, and that is true. It does kind of make you feel more secure having a dog with you, but it also creates problems. Can create problems. One of the things is, say you're out in the woods in a situation where there might be some coyotes that pass by, and you might never know it. So you might be out in the woods and maybe there's some coyotes out there, and in any other situation you would have never even known they were there. They would have just passed right by you. But having a dog out there, coyotes can be kind of territorial, and that could cause a confrontation between them and your dog, which is something you have to watch out for. Where if you were out there by yourself, you know, like I said, they might have just passed by and you wouldn't even have known they were there. Another thing is, a dog can hear a grasshopper fart from a half a mile away. So like me and him were out, last time we were out, he was sitting there, we were by the fire, it was nice and quiet, and then his head perked up and he was kind of looking around, and I couldn't hear anything out there. I didn't know there was anything out there, but he did. And so in those situations, then your mind can start wondering, what if there, you know, some massive animal is going to come and eat me and everything, and you get you all worried. The way that your mind plays tricks on you. So if he wouldn't have been there, I would have never even known there was anything out there, you know. And it ended up being nothing, probably a deer or something, you know. We never did see it or whatever. But it's just something to consider with dogs, you know. They do make you feel more secure, but you also have to watch out for potential problems that they can cause. And also, if you're out away from, if you're out a ways, quite a ways out, away from your car or whatever, then if the dog got hurt, first of all, you got to worry about you getting hurt, potentially, but now you've got something else you got to take care of too, so that's something to take into consideration too. So yeah, I love my dog, and dogs are great to take out there, and they do make you feel more secure, but there are potential problems. Plus your weight of your pack, you know, I got extra dog food, water, all that kind of stuff, something to consider. But anyway, when I was growing up, I used to have all kinds of people to go camping with. I had my brothers, friends, everybody, but it seems like the more the calendar flips over, the harder it is to find people to go camping with. And my wife, she likes camping, but not in the cold, and so it gives me two choices: either stay home and not go, or go by myself a lot of times. And for a lot of people, they would just have to make the choice not to go because they didn't have anybody to go with them. So having that, come on. So having that confidence to go out by yourself is pretty nice, and I challenge everybody this year to try to do it once, even if it's just 5 feet from your car somewhere. You know, get out there and try to do a solo camp one time.